Hey, what is up, guys? I hope you all are doing well today. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys about Nicki Minaj as she recently embarked on her Pink Friday 2 World Tour. And because it's Nicki, everyone is talking about it. The good, the bad, the in between. Everyone has something to say about Nicki Minaj as per usual. So, today I wanted to add my 2 cents. Before we get into it, if you enjoy female rap, music debates, conversations, music reviews, or just really anything music related, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And let's talk about the Pink Friday 2 tour. So, Nicki kicked off this tour on the 1st of March in Oakland, California, and it was immediately met with both praises as well as some critiques. For the most part, Nicki received a lot of praise for her set design, her looks, as well as just a lot of the overall highlights of the performance throughout the night. The first show definitely set the bar high because it had everyone online talking. While the show was overall a knock out of the park, some people did have some concerns, as many stated that Nicki didn't know all the lyrics to her songs, or they thought Monica was a weird addition to a Nicki concert, and I saw comments stating that she made the audience wait for a long time for her to come out. Overall, there was a handful, not a lot, but a handful of critiques coming from both the concert goers as well as those spectating online. Now, I know it's real easy to make judgments from a few short clips and TikToks online, or to take one negative review for face value, but I don't like to do that personally. I like to make my own opinions. So, I went ahead and I drained my entire savings account. I got my flat ass on a real nice 100% safe Boeing 737, and I flew my ass across the country on a first class ticket to Gag City. I'm kidding. I didn't do any of that. But I did see Nicki in Phoenix. So I wanted to talk about my first-hand experience at the Pink Friday 2 World Tour, as well as my opinions on a lot of the criticism that the tour has received overall. Before we jump into it, I do want to say that I understand each city will have a different experience than the next, so I am solely speaking on my experience in Phoenix. So, first and foremost, I want to say that I have never been to a show where the headliner comes out when the show is said to begin. Every single show that I have been to, the headliner comes out like an hour or so later. So I absolutely did not expect Nicki to hit the stage before 9. She actually didn't really make us wait long, in my opinion. I want to say she was out like 9:30, 9:45, and I honestly find this quite reasonable, especially since her mentor didn't come out at all when I went to see him. But let me not get carried away. So once the show officially started and Nicki was performing, the show itself was lit. First of all, the stage design is absolutely crazy. Like, it's something I never would have imagined, honestly. It really brought the whole like Gag City concept to life. The energy was there. Like, Nicki was really strong. She had good energy. Everyone in my section had great energy as well. Like, we were dancing, rapping along. Like, it really made the whole experience quite fun. I will say Nicki definitely does not rap every single word to each song, but best believe she's rapping. It wasn't a quote unquote karaoke session like some people try to claim, but also this is just my show. And I also want to add, in my opinion, I think missing a handful of lines here and there isn't really an end all be all type of situation, especially since a lot of performers do the same. The tour itself does have legs or acts, as she does step off stage for a few minutes in between each act. And I did see some comments that says that they had to wait a long time, but I don't feel like we waited too long for her to return. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely drinking, so maybe my perception of time was a little bit off, but I do not think we waited for her for more than like 10 or 15 minutes. Let's take a break real quick from Nicki for a second to talk about the artist she brought out as her like intermission. So, Monica was announced as the special guest for the tour, and she did receive a little bit of pushback as some suggested this wasn't like the right fit for a Nicki concert. Now I will say I am not the most familiar with Monica as an artist prior to this, but I thought she was a nice addition as she brought this real sensual and loving vibe to the whole show. And I actually thought it flowed quite nicely as Nicki performed her more R&B centric hits before Monica came out, so it didn't really feel out of place. So in Phoenix, as well as some other cities, Nicki brought out Tyga, and this was honestly super super dope for me because I grew up a huge Young Money fan. Tyga brought a lot of energy back to the crowd after Monica's set, and he got us back hype again, ready for Nicki to come back out. I'm not sure if Tyga is a permanent addition to the tour, but it was quite nice to have him on the show. Overall, I enjoyed each guest, and I thought they were a nice addition. So, after Tyga's set, Nicki came out for the final act of her tour, where she performed her biggest and most well known hits. I'm talking Super Freaky Girl, Anaconda, Starship, Super Bass. She saved it all for last. This is also the leg of the tour where I would say Nicki had the most like choreo and like action on stage. Because Nicki herself doesn't have much choreo within the whole show. But I don't think this is a bad thing overall. I don't think it really took anything away from the show. I found her to be quite engaged with her audience, which to me personally is the most important. So Nicki eventually did close out the show with her hit Everybody off of Pink Friday too, and ended the show on an overall high note. The show was super fun and engaging, and overall a great time. Nicki really delivered a great experience here. I honestly think out of everything said about this tour, the only like valid critique made was that Nicki doesn't rap every single lyric to every single song, but I didn't find that this hindered my overall enjoyment. The show was overall a lot of fun, and I don't have many complaints other than the fact I don't know why she didn't perform Itty Bitty Piggy. Why wasn't that on the set list? But she did perform like 40 songs, so it's all good. The show itself, I thought it was a good length. It's not too short, but it's not too long. It definitely didn't drag out. I did not want her to leave. The tickets, in my opinion, were priced very well. I thought we had good seats for what we paid. And overall, it was a really good show. And I definitely recommend copping some tickets if you already have not. But that is all I have to say about the Pink Friday 2 World Tour for today. I had a great time at my show, and I hope if any of you watching who are planning to go also enjoy yourself. It is definitely a once in a lifetime experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Peace.